All right, here we are out by the RV garage. We got a rhododendron, which is looking really good, and a Japanese maple, which looks good when it has its leaves on. And here's conifer number one. I don't know the name of this one. I should. It's like Uncle Creepy or something. But he seems, see, I moved up here from Cali a couple of years ago, and it's interesting. This one, the needles got longer when we got to Washington. This is Washington, that's California, and boy, that one's got a long candle on there. So he seems to be happy. This one is just getting to be spectacular. It's super happy here. And I don't know the name of this. I got this one in Newcastle, California at Lake Nursery. It is, I'm just over the top happy being in Sequim, Washington. All right, here we go. This is the one that, and it probably won't come out very good on the video, but this is a monkey puzzle tree, which is like the UPS and postman's favorite tree. Anybody that drives by here, they notice that one and ask me what it is. And it is a very nice specimen of monkey puzzle. Again, I don't think it'll come out very good on the video, but okay. Then we got some of these guys, a whole bunch of them. I don't know what they are, but they're quite nice. Got their new growth on there. And now we're going to go through the pots I got out front, which kind of was like the nursery ground before they go out back. I got this one from Peninsula Nursery here in Sequim, cheap. Was labeled to be 40 feet tall, but it clearly is not going to be a 40-foot tall tree. It's spectacular. I got 3 of them. I love this one. I don't know what it is. Here's another one. I should say I got a whole bunch of them from Peninsula Nursery. He had bought them from a grower right very close to me, probably within about a mile or two. And I think the guy was going out of business. It was kind of like his hobby. I would have liked to have met the guy. Anyway, he had a bunch of plants and I bought a bunch from him. And some of them were labeled and some of them weren't. Again, I don't know what this one is. It's clearly a Diodorceta of some sort. This is another one of my favorites. It's a pine. Thought about putting him in a bonsai pot because I think it would have been really nice. This is the time of year I should do these videos because the candles look so nice on these guys. All right, here we go. This, I think, but I don't know, is a Fukuzumi. I know, and it doesn't look like a classic Fukuzumi. I'm thinking maybe now that I got him here, he'll fill out and thicken up, and maybe he was stressed before. Got little candles. This is just some sort of white pine that I just thought was kind of like Linus's Christmas tree on peanuts, kind of bare and thin. We'll see how he does. This is a Goldilocks, which I thought was absolutely the best ever, but this top right section, it had like a little die off for some reason, so it kind of looks not so good there. But look at the trunk on that guy. It's nice and big for the size, and I think he's going to turn out good, but hopefully he gets happy again. All right, now this is one of my special ones. This guy's called the Green Prince. My brother actually bought him for me. He's passed away now, so it's very special. The guy did a nice job making a label for these. I would love to make labels like this for the rest of my plants, figure out what they are and label them. But I've been looking for a way to make labels like that, and I haven't found a machine that's reasonable to buy. But that's the Green Prince. And okay, here's another guy. And again, sorry, I don't know what his name is, but he's in a little pot here. We'll graduate into the bigger pots out front, hopefully soon. Well, no, not soon, but maybe in 2 or 3 years. Another one, which I think is the same kind. And then this guy, which I don't know what he is, but he might be the same as that first pot I showed you out there, where I said the guy had labeled it for the 40-footer. I'm not sure. Here's this guy. He looks really nice. And then this, I'm pretty darn sure I'm going to call him a Green Prince, because he looks just like the Green Prince. But I got him here again at Peninsula Nursery. He was grafted by the guy down the street here. Just really cool. This is very nice, and I should know the name of him. I don't even know the name of this one, but it's growing very nicely. Another one of these guys. Oh, this one's got the name on it. Okay. Pinus Lexus Darnfino. Pinus Lexus Darnfino. So there were a number of those. This guy here is a bristlecone pine. Here comes the mailman. I got 2 bristlecones. I think it's a bristlecone anyway. I'm pretty sure I remember that one. And then this was another one that was grafted down the hill here, and I don't know the name of it, but it's kind of like one of these weeping white pines. Okay, so that's the front. We're going to work our way to the nursery now. Nursery area, and I won't go through everything, but I'll go through just a few of the favorites. So this is another Goldilocks that I haven't planted yet that is pretty spectacular. And here we go with a deciduous azalea, which was in the yard. I saved it because it was in a spot where it was super shady and the trees were growing over it and it wasn't doing good. Last year it did terrible the whole year, and this spring it is just on fire. I love it. Now I want to propagate that one and have some more. All right, so I won't go through all these. I love all these plants, but I won't take you through all of them. I'll take you through some of them. Well, I grow a bunch of cedars and some of the other trees from around here that have volunteered, so I can plant them at the disc golf course that's around here. And I'll just go through some of my potted plants. I've had this one here for 10 or 15 years in that pot, whatever that is. This blue atlas cedar just showed up recently. And this guy, super cool, little dude. I don't know what he's called, but it's nice. Okay, here we go. This one is I'm terrible with the names. I don't even know the name of this one, but it's a slow growing one, obviously, and it grows up tall and skinny. And the picture that was on the label where I bought this one over in Seattle was absolutely spectacular. Kind of imagine like a mature Hollywood juniper, but maybe not as wide. And it was just fantastic. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one grow. These are some of my kind of potted plants here. Indigo pine, which is looking good. The white pine, this is maybe my best one. Let's see if I can get him. I've had this one in that pot for 15 years. This guy just made it into the pot. Pulled him out of the forest around here. This is a cedar that's been that size since I got him 15 years ago. I kind of didn't do a very good job on the bottom, but and then this guy. This is called a Chinese juniper. He's in the pot, obviously. I've had him in that pot probably 10 or 15 years. This guy is a new Fukuzumi. This one's labeled Fukuzumi. So assuming the label's right, and that's why I think that other one out front is a Fukuzumi, because it kind of looks like this one with the same kind of bark on the trunk. Which, you know, I don't normally see bark like that on a Fukuzumi, but this guy, oh baby, I love this one. Got him in a pot, but it's just, oh my God, he looks better than he's ever looked right now. Yeah. All right. Okay, so this guy, I dug him up, or pulled him out of the ground probably, in California. So it's one of the big trees from California, but I've had him for like 5 years, just growing in small pots. He finally made it into the bonsai pot just last year. And then here, I'll back up so we can see a couple at once. Oh, this one's got a label on him. Tenema no uhai. Pinus paraflora. Okay, this guy, I couldn't resist him. Again, it was at the local Peninsula Nursery. He's in a small pot, so he's probably not as happy as he could be if he was out in the yard, but I just thought he was really cool looking. This one, this is the newest edition here. Again, maybe next year when I do this again, I'll have the names on these guys, because I do know the name of that one, but I don't know off the top of my head. And then this is my other, one of my best kind of bonsais. His pot's a little big for a bonsai, but the Deodar cedar. It hasn't been trimmed recently. It needs to be cleaned up, but he's quite nice. All right, I think that's, well, here, we'll cruise around over here. This is what they call sapphire nymph, blue atlas cedar sapphire nymph, something like that. He's been staked up so he comes up, but he really likes to grow low. So over the years, well, I think I'm just going to let him grow low. This is another one of those trees that supposedly was going to grow to be 40 feet tall, which I know it's not, but this is a Kelly's prostate redwood. In California, I had 4 of them. I dug one up and brought it up with me. In California, it just went bonkers. I think it really likes the heat, and it doesn't get real hot here, so it hasn't gone crazy like I thought it would, but I'm going to trim this one up over the years so that you get to see some shape in there. It's got a nice trunk, and it will look really nice, I think, over the years. Here's that guy again. Whew. I'm looking forward to seeing him grow. One attempt at grafting so far. I am going to try to graft, figure this out. I think this is a great area to do it at. So I've practiced here on this Deodar cedar that came from California. It was a seed that fell down out of a tree in my backyard. And I grafted them down here. And I know you're supposed to graft stuff. This is the, whatever you call the things that are grafting. You're supposed to graft things of similar size, but anyway, I'm giving that guy a shot. I put one up at the top too, where it was more similar size, just for fun. I'm just seeing if it'll work. Got them wrapped up with grafting tape, but I didn't have any grafting wax, so anyway, they got done a couple days ago. Yeah, we'll see if they live. What do you guys think? Gonna live or not? This is the latest tree that went in the ground, Hollywood juniper. I like Hollywood junipers. They're kind of like the family tree. We had beautiful ones at our house down in Pleasanton, California. That deodora cedar came from Folsom, was a seed that fell out of a tree and grew. And I've kind of trimmed them low. I think it's going to look nice there. And then I have some junipers that you can see that they're kind of shaped a little bit now. And I'll keep shaping these guys here and hopefully turn into a nice area. This is out on the corner of the yard next to the neighbors. I have a little conifer garden here because it was a little area that was not developed, and I got a Hollywood juniper down there that I got for $5 mail order. A mop, and you know, the one thing you'll see is I got a lot of these mop looking things and I have not figured them out at all. These ones actually look good, but a lot of the ones I put in the yard look terrible. So if anyone wants to provide guidance on mops, which ones to get, I'd like to get ones that get nice and big and you can shape them. The ones I got in the yard just look like they're going to crawl around the ground and look ugly and burnt. It's another Hollywood juniper. There's a Mugo pine, another mop, another Hollywood juniper, another mop, and then two more Hollywood junipers. And this here is really, I'll take you up close, but this is a nice big deodora cedar that the people for some reason topped, which doesn't bother me too much, but topped it probably 15 years ago. But he is just, oh man, adding the foliage and drooping down and just really looking beautiful. Yeah. I love this one. Obviously we got a lot of conifers on the property. Big cedars around here. I should know what this is. I don't know what it is. But they're all kind of budding out. Oh, sorry. We should look. This is a brand new garden. There was a big tree. You see the stump there. It was, I don't know, it was an evergreen of some sort. I think it was ugly. It was something that someone had planted. And it was just the densest tree ever. It let no sunlight through. And anyway, you can see it was shading out the lawn, and it just wasn't that nice. So I got rid of it, which was a lot of work, and put in a few conifers and some rhododendrons. So this is the first year they've been in. They haven't been in very long, maybe like 2 months. This is what they call a species rhododendron. I don't know exactly which it is, but it's one of the like natural occurring wild rhododendrons. And it's got big old leaves on it, and the deer came and munched it, but it's getting ready to shoot out this year's growth. Anyway, that's the new garden there. This is the roadies. The red ones are getting a little long in the tooth, and the purple ones are just popping out. All right, here we go. Well, here we go. We'll start with this one in the lower yard, and I'll take you up close so you can see it, but I want to kind of record this one because this tree has doubled in size in the 2.5 years since we've been here now. I guess 2 years. It's just going crazy. I don't even know, you know, it's going to shade things out, so I'm still trying to figure out what to do about them. Actually, I'll show you the needles on it at another tree because there's a bunch of them that are the same because I obviously trimmed this one up. So, oh baby, look at this guy. Oh my God. Cedar deodora, and obviously it's golden. I think they call it Aura, or I don't know how to pronounce it, A-U-R-E-A. It's just, I thought it was going to die last year. Look, I'm not sure what happened to it, but it's never looked this good before. I've had it for, what, about a year and a half. It is just absolutely spectacular. So the idea here was to have a little kind of yellow section. So I got a Goldilocks that the deer took off the top 2/3 of it. But he's trying to come back, and boy, I mean, it's just, the Goldilocks are absolutely spectacular. And then this one looks like a Goldilocks, and they call it a Taylor's Sunburst. It's definitely, when you look at it, it looks different. The handles are a little shorter and maybe denser. But hopefully this one gets going. The Taylor's Sunburst compared to the Goldilocks seems to take more sun damage. That's what I've noticed so far with this guy. And then you see I got a few mops out here. They don't really look that good. And again, like I said, I haven't figured out the mops. All right, this is one of the best of this, mid-sized ones. This is a Fukuzumi that I've had for 10 or 15 years. I'm hoping these pine cones make seeds that I can actually grow. I don't understand what it takes for them to be viable. Like if I need to have more Fukuzumis, which I do, or maybe they need to be older so that they're doing their thing. I tried planting a bunch of seeds from this one from last year, but none of them grew yet. But anyway, it's going to be beautiful. This is maybe my favorite, and one of these times I'll figure out the name of this one. I've had him for, again, 15, 20 years in a pot most of the time. This one just got in here. It's absolutely spectacular, and it's a perfect place for it from the deck, as far as kind of like the angle that you're looking at them. This one's clearly a Deodorus cedar. It doesn't look good now, but that's just its thing. This time of year, it drops needles and looks ugly, and then it comes back, and then later in the summer it just looks spectacular. But this is another one of my favorites. Bought them at a place called Turkeslands in Montecito, California, which is not there anymore. This is a cool old dude. All right, we go here next. Black pine of some sort. I probably didn't plant him in right. He's leaned over a little too far, but he's got to survive. And I won't take you through all the black pines. There's another one there that looks similar. Wow, just look at that. I think those are the pine cones, the purplish things. I'm not sure why the ends of these are red. But anyway, just spectacular. He's happy to be in the ground. He's been here for a year. Here's a Fukuzumi that is, my prediction, ends up being beautiful. This guy just made it into the ground, one of the latest additions out here. I don't know his name, but boy, his needles that are coming out now are a lot longer than they were before. All right, well, we'll do these blue Atlas cedars. This one's, I don't know what you call it, if it's green. If it's a green blue Atlas cedar, but he's going to be nice. Obviously not very old. Here's the blue version. Oops. And then another blue version. Should know the name of this guy. I bought this one. I bought it. He was about dead. I should have paid less than I paid, but well, I didn't pay that much for him. But he's really not very good. Hopefully he'll come back. This one, I'm not sure the name of this one because I'm so bad. But I thought when I got to Washington that this one would just be perfect. Like it wouldn't have all the dead stuff on it. But it's continued to grow like it was down in California, where it just, a lot of the older stuff dies off. It doesn't look that good. All right, this is one of my, this is maybe one of my favorites out here. Again, I'm not sure what it is, Japanese white pine of some sort, but you can see it's variegated. And it's just super happy right now. I love this one. I had a few of them that look like this. And then I got this guy, was the tallest one that I brought from California. I had to cut the top off, so it looks kind of funny now, but I suppose over time he'll end up looking good. Japanese white pine of some sort. That. Look at these guys. Whew, man. Nice, yeah. All right. Okay, these are, what do you call these? Cedrus Lebanese pines. Little short needles. Anyway, I got two of them out here. Got one of my little plants added. And then this is my other bristlecone pine. I got this guy. He was, well, he looks like 2.5, 3 feet now. I got him when he was about 4 inches tall, and I've had him for 15, 20 years. He finally made it in the ground this year. Got this guy, blue Atlas cedar, at a local nursery that went out of business on Kitchen Dick Road. I should know the name of it, but I don't remember. Dirt cheap. And I just think this one is going to be spectacular, and it's looking so cool right now. And this is the first year that it's been in the ground. And to be honest with you, I feel like this tree must have felt neglected until now. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it goes. I think this is just going to be drop dead gorgeous as it gets bigger and more substantial. All right, here we go. So there's a Thunderhead, which I've had for a year, and it's like doubled in size. Thunderheads are cool, and I think this is going to be a nice one. There's more of those allegedly 40-foot tall Deodora cedars. I think I'm going to move this one. I just don't like where he's at. But all right, here's a sequoia. Oh, whatever. It's the one of those. I knew the name of this one, but anyway, it grows up tall and skinny and kind of droopy. And you get killer deals on these around here. I mean, I probably paid like 35 bucks for that thing. And it doesn't look like much now, but it'll grow up nice. It'll grow up nice. And then I got, this is my little grove of Hollywood junipers with some ugly mops in the middle. But I think these Hollywood junipers are going to be nice ones. Although they don't look that great right now, to be honest with you. I think this one's called an Oregon green. It's not really, well, first off, the deer kind of nibbled away at him. And I don't know, it's not really that spectacular, but it's tall and skinny. And I kind of like the idea of tall and skinny trees in this yard so they're not taking up too much of the view. And here is another one of the sequoias, the weeping sequoias, I guess maybe they're called. And this one I love. Holy Toledo, look at the yellow on this guy. And just, the deer left him alone last year, didn't mess with him, but I think it's going to be beautiful. This one is potentially super interesting. I got this at that nursery on Kitchen Dick Road, and it looks like a weeping sequoia, like those other ones. But as far as the shape goes, it looks like a weeping sequoia, as far as the trunk and all that. But clearly, these aren't sequoia. I don't know what you call these. They're not leaves, but anyway, needles or whatever you call these things. It looks like redwood needles, or it looks like redwood foliage, I'll just say. And I've never heard of a weeping redwood, only weeping sequoias. And when I bought it, the people really, they didn't know what it was. I got it for like 20 bucks. I was just like, oh my, I'll get this one. What the heck? It would be super cool if it turned into a weeping redwood, because like, it'd be like the only one I've ever seen. All right. This is another one of those ones with the variegated needles. It's just it's not as big as that other one. That's why I kind of like the other one better, but you know, it's just a little guy. We'll see how he does. Here's a Japanese yew. Ordered this one off over the internet. I just thought he's going to add some really nice color down in this corner. Up next to this guy, whatever that one is. It's just, that's one of the nicer trees in my neighbor's yard. All right, here we go. And then this one is like that variegated one, but it's just much more yellow. I don't know if it's because it's not, maybe not super happy or what, but anyway, he's going to grow up and be nice. Oh, I dug this one up around here and planted him there. So I want something to screen the neighbor's house. It's starting to grow. This is a larch. Oh, baby. I love this one. Love it. And he actually has a name on him, so we'll come in close and look at the name. Paper lantern. Here, look at that. Was a deodar cedar. This is actually the one that I grafted onto did the grafting with. I mean, I just love this one. There's some big ones like this around town that look spectacular. And I'm super excited about seeing this guy grow. Then I have a bunch of larches. The guy, these are all from Peninsula Nursery and from the grafter down the hill from me that I never got to meet. They're nice. I'm not sure what that one was called. This one is pretty much one of those standard ones you see in a lot of the nurseries, the kind of weeping larch. I need to do a better job of staking him up. But you can see that he looks different than that last one. The bark, or the bark is a lot darker. I thought this was a larch. I planted them in the larch area, but it's not a larch, and it's got a tag. It's called Little Lisa. I need to put that tag on there. Little Lisa is the name of this one. Here's a larch called Walter Dinger, or Dingen. Walter Dingen, we'll say. Nice and soft. It looks like maybe the deer nibbled right there. I don't know why it looks, but nice and soft. The deer actually ate the top of this one. I hope these get big enough that they eventually get to the place where they're immune from the deer. This one looks like the same. Had a couple of them that got nibbled by the deer. Look at that. And another one up there. I won't take you up to that one. All right. This is a Home Depot tree. Cedar deodora of some sort. It looks, I'm super happy about this. I think it's going to be tall and skinny and look spectacular in a few years. Here's a giant sequoia that's just like, out of all the trees I've planted, it's growing the slowest, which is really odd for a giant sequoia. But some of the trees in this area, the giant sequoias, they seem to grow short and stubby, like get really thick trunks, but not grow that tall. And then these guys, I'll just show you. This is a white pine actually from the forest around here. I dug him up and had him in a pot for a year, and now he's in the ground. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. This is like an area where I got 4 trees kind of close together. It's hopefully going to get a little dense area of forest here. And this one I've had for maybe 15 years. I've had him in like one of those bonsai pots. And so he was very stunted because he didn't have much dirt. But this is his second summer in the ground, and you can see he's, I guess, working on pine cones or whatever those things are, and I mean putting on way more growth than when I had them in those pots. And here's the trees that are all planted along the side here. Look at that. I should know what these are. The neighbor down below me gave them to the people that owned the house before us, and they planted them all down in a row along this side, and they're really nice trees. But they're also in the way of the view, so I've been getting rid of a few of them. I don't have conifers down here, really. I guess I got a few. I dug that one up and planted them here. And I put this one here, which is a Seguro cypress. It's going to be really nice. I'll let him grow there for a year, and then I'll cut that tree out and kind of get double the sunlight for him. I got a couple conifers here. Like it's a divinely, something like a divinely blue, just a little guy. Got him for $9 over in Port Angeles. There's a hemlock up there, like a low growing hemlock. Oh, little juniper, which I think is going to do really good right there. And then another divinely blue like cedar. And then I dug this one up here locally and had him in a pot for a year. Now he's in the ground, and look at that. He's putting on some growth. Yeah. All right. I actually did some burning today. That's why you've been seeing some smoke. All right, I'm going down to the bottom. And I'm just doing this for fun because this is our latest project we've been working on. Well, we made this path probably about 6 months ago, and I cut like all kinds of trees down up here to kind of help with the view. Made a way better view from the house. And you can see it's a mess, but let me tell you, it was a way bigger mess a month ago. We've been working on piling things up in the piles down there and just cutting trees up. It was just, oh my goodness. Anyway, this is the trail to the bottom. We're going down. My wonderful wife has done a lot of work on this trail. Cool thing about the trail is I cut it between cutting the branches out of the way and digging. It took me only 15 hours to make this trail, because the dirt here on the side of this hill is so easy to dig. I mean, it was like 13 hours of getting debris out of the way and branches and plants and 2 hours of digging. All right. So now we're down at the bottom of the property. And this will change over time. I mean, I should have took a video of this already. Well, I didn't change that much. I added the raised bed here. And I added some veggies in the ground, which aren't really doing that great yet. I added water from the top of the hill, which that was a good project. And anyway, this is the veggie garden. The veggie garden that's exposed to deer. So deer don't eat onions, allegedly, or potatoes. But they apparently eat tomatoes, even though the guy at the nursery said they didn't. And we're gonna have a pepper in there, which was not there when the deer came and ate the tomato. So I'm not saying that pepper is deer proof. And anyway, here's the this is going to change too, actually, now that I think about it. They're actually, that levee, I don't know if you can see those people that are walking over there, but they're going to move that levee like towards our house about, I don't know, 300 or 400 yards, about halfway. So imagine it twice as close as where it is now. And then they're going to let the Dungeness River have a little room to roam. So this is going to get noisy around here, and it's going to change. Unfortunately, but maybe in the long run it'll be okay. My neighbor's property right there, which I would love to have. And then, well, here, we'll just take a quick view around here, because this is going to change. I mean, I'm going to work on giving it a little bit more room here. You can see back in there, you can see how far those bushes go. I mean, it's 35, 40 feet of jungle that could be cleared out. So I'll clear some. I'm thinking that I put a chicken coop over there in that area. That's what I'm thinking. All right, that's it. Thanks, YouTubers. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to tell me what the name of the plants are or give me any advice. See ya.